WQAD News 8's The Score is sponsored by Blackhawk Bank and Trust, Midwest Complete Construction, Temple Sporting Goods, AdCraft, and Crawford Company.
Welcome to week 3 of The Score. After tonight, which is now, I guess, we are a third of the way through the high school football season. Time flies when we're having fun, and speaking of fun, a familiar face kind of...
Not me, you.
Wandered into the patio, the one and only Tom Cornelis. Hi, TC.
Good to be with you again.
You remember this place.
I do.
You didn't have to get directions. You knew where you're going.
No, I do, exactly. Come in the back alley, just like I used to. Back to my broadcasting roots along... We won't say how far back, but that's good.
Well, I'm going to make you, because this is where you got things started.
Right.
I know you've done the guest griller and talked about it before, but when did it all start here at WQAD?
Well, I think it was 1972.
Okay.
We started. I was just a young whippersnapper.
Like Jenna.
Like
me.
Corey used to be.
No, Corey.
Like I used to be. There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, I was here 12 years.
What do you remember the most?
Well, working with Jim King.
Yes.
I think was probably the highlight.
Yes.
And we were a new station back then, relatively new. And everyone pitched in, and it was a great time.
Well, we're going to have a great time with TC. I liked your thought process with food, because we've been doing burgers and brats too much. And so we got some bone-in pork chops. We got some butterfly pork chops.
All
We're
right.
putting you to work.
Well, darn right. Let's do it.
All right, so let's get to the highlights, and we start with a good one in the Western Big Six. It is Geneseo and Moline going head-to-head, packed house, physical matchup, late opening half. Leafs snap a tied game at 14 with the Jackson McAvoy to Kai Weinzerl. He spins his way into the end zone, 51-yard touchdown. It was 21-14 Green Machine. Maroons respond. Adrian Cooper emerging from the crowd, outrunning the field, 37 yards to pay dirt. We're tied up once again. A good one out in Geneseo. And then it's the Maroons taking control in the third quarter. First, it's Mark Carey gliding around the side for the 10 yards to push the lead to 31-21. Special teams are on fire for the Maroons all evening. Geneseo blocking the field goal attempt. Corbin Schnell scoops it up and dashes 75 yards the other way. Maroons go on to win this one. Great shooting by that Dan Pearson. Have you heard of Dan Pearson before, TC?
I do.
Yes, 51-21. We'll hear from Mike Morrissey probably on the bus coming up in just a little
Momentarily. Let's head out to Roscoe East Stadium. Sterling looking for their first win of the season. They're hosting United Township. After an 80-yard touchdown run, they go up 7-0, and then it's Wyatt Cassins on a nice run here. Sets up a 31-yard field goal by Ryan Gebhardt. And Sterling grabs a 10-0 lead. Yes, it did go through, I promise you. But UT fights back. Christian Peterson is going to find Josiah Massey. A little screen pass, 28-yard pitch and run down the sidelines before he's getting pushed out of bounds. And then it would be Peterson looking for Isaiah Navarrete in the second quarter. He'll go 40 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers, just like that, cut it to 10-7. And UT's looking for more as they would force a turnover, and then Jimmy Wadsworth recovered by, actually that'd be Sterling recovering that one. Kobe Shipma with the recovery, and that sets up a 5-yard score by Caden Phillips. You would have a couple punt returns as well. This was a good one all the way to the end. 27-26, wow. Sterling with their first win of the season.
Rock Island trying to avoid an 0-3 start to the season, making that tough trip south to defending champion Quincy. Braden Little, he's really good at football. Here to Rico Clay, that is a thing of beauty. Quincy grabs the early lead. Rock Island's defense trying to make a stand. They get to Little here. It's Santana Smith and a couple buddies coming up with a sack. Rock Island trying to keep things close, but Little and the Blue Devils doing more than a little, they're doing a lot. It's Jarius Rice, 12-yard touchdown. It was 41-0 at recess. Quincy cruising in this one, 48-7, your final score.
Hey, let's hop the river over to North Scott. A little ribbon cutting because they have a brand new stadium. It's beautiful. Turf,
awesome.
home stands, and then the Lancers come running out of the tunnel. It was a thing of beauty to see tonight. And then North Scott looking good. First quarter, we have Chase Smith throwing it deep to Kai Smith. Big man goes up to get it. Almost takes me out, but I'm still nimble enough to get away. 35-yard gain. Then it's Chase Smith Nice little run here. Cuts it back. He's going to pick up 15 yards and a first down to keep the drive alive. And the drive would cap off with Smith scrambling again, looking to the back of the end zone. Carson Legge with the 4-yard touchdown. 7-0 North Scott. And they strike quickly once they get the ball back. Check out Evan Cruzy. Makes one man miss, spins out of it. Check out the stiff arm right here. He's going to get into the end zone. 55-yard touchdown run. I got a feeling you might see that play again. 35-0. North Scott opens up their stadium with a win.
I tell you what, that turf does look nice, especially on TV. Let's head to Tuvel Stadium. Bettendorf looking for a perfect 3-0 start, hosting Urbandale. First quarter in this one, Jacob Whipple and the Bettendorf offense, they fooled me for a second, TC.
No.
But I eventually got to them. That's a first down.
Second.
It's not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as you think. Later,
You're in
it's
focus. That's more than I was.
Jackson Labor to Whipple in the flat. He picks up 15 more yards and a first down. If it ain't broke on the first drive, don't fix it. You stick with Whipple, you give it to him. He gets in the end zone from 7 yards out. Nice blocking up in front. Bettendorf up 7-0 after a couple stops on defense. Labor would actually get hurt at quarterback, so in comes Jack Russell, and he follows that blocking as well and hops his way into the end zone. That made it 14-0 early. It was 14-0 at the half. Things slowed down after I left, but Bettendorf gets the job done. 22-7, your final in that one. Let's head about 2 miles the opposite direction to Pleasant Valley. The Spartans taking on a very good Iowa City Liberty team. And look at the defense here. Check out Ben Burkle with the back body drop. Well done right there. Tough defense, but we are tied at 7 in the first quarter. Late first quarter, Spartans start going to work. It's Micah Herlick getting the corner right here, and he picks up 15 yards and a first down after the change in quarter. Second quarter, opposite way we go. It is Harrison Fierce dropping back and finding Cameron Lemoyne. Check out the one-handed grab, 36-yard touchdown, makes it 14-7, PV in front. We were tied at 14, late second quarter, seconds remaining in the half. It is a Jack Ryder field goal, 17-14 at recess. Pleasant Valley wins their second straight, 42-28, your final score.
Hey, let's go over to Davenport Central, or Davenport North.
Same thing.
Same thing. They're all playing at Brady Street
Yes.
Stadium. It doesn't matter. Here's Mason Bogan picking up a nice first down run for the Wildcats, and then they're going to keep it on the ground and hand it off to Derek Pena. He's got nothing but green in front of him. He's going to outrun everyone. 37 yards for the score, and that'll make it 14-0 Davenport North. Next time on defense, it is Kenyon Purell and DeAndre Smith teaming up for the sack. And then check this out. Kazra Barczyk airing one out to Cannell Burridge. He'll do the rest, covering 82 yards for a touchdown. 21-0 at that point. They win. They're 3-0 for the first time in school history.
Woo. Muscatine at home taking on Iowa City West, and it is Iowa City West coming up with some nice defense right there. That is a takeaway and an interception going back the other way for a touchdown. Adam DeWard doing that for Iowa City West. That made it 22-7. Muscatine, though, answering on the grab. Sebastian Gloon with the first down right there. Then it is Sebastian, and boy, I can't read your last name, Sebastian. We're going to go with Gabor. That's good for another first down. That would lead to this Eric Romo field goal for the Muskies. That got him a little closer. Cut the lead to 12. We will show you a final in this one. It is Iowa City West. They're pretty good. They got a bunch of D1 kids on that team. 56-20, your final in that one. Also, Central DeWitt playing tonight against Solon. We'll get to those highlights coming out in just a little bit. So, TC, you've been watching. We're going to make you call some highlights coming up, and
Sure.
We actually got to get some food on the grill.
That's right. Jen is hungry.
And actually, before we go to break, we're going to go to the winning coach for the Moline Maroons, and we'll see if Mike Morrissey can join us. Uh-oh, Coach Morrissey's on a bus.
I see
Behave
him.
yourself, young man.
All right, there he is.
Can you hear me, Coach? He looks...
Maybe you can't hear us.
Coach?
He looks the part.
Yeah, he does.
He looks happy. What? Rightly so.
This is the way I actually like Mike Morrissey, where he can't talk back to us. Coach, can you hear me?
I don't think he can.
We're gonna fix
We're gonna
that.
figure it
We're gonna
out.
figure out how we can get Coach to listen a little bit
You
more.
know what Jim King always said, live TV's not pretty.
No, it never is.
Sometimes it's not.
Unless
proving
if
it
it's
again
Mike
tonight.
Morrissey. Anyways, we're gonna talk to Coach. A lot more to get to right here on The Score.
What's up, guys? My name is Logan Lee. Whenever I'm back in the Quad Cities, I always make sure to turn on my favorite TV show, The Score. Woo! Let's go! We did it!
Back to The Score is we're gonna get TC working. Get that lifted up, kind sir.
It is warm. I can feel the heat coming out.
Very
of it.
warm. I'm gonna have you start putting those on. We do have some seasoning. I don't know if it's any good.
Danos. Have you heard of it?
Is that
Yeah.
good?
Is Pearson into that now too?
Yeah, Pearson is into that. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
In honor of or Burrich. You know, it doesn't matter. Any type of little wild man stuff here.
Burrich,
So
I'd question that.
we will question that. We're going to get him to work. You're going to call a highlight here too soon. So
right.
we're going to get back to the highlights and we're going to go to the track. And Princeton's really good at football this year. They were hosting Sherrard this evening and they keep it on the ground early on. Casey Etheridge with the first down here as he goes 20 yards all the way down to the 7-yard line. After that, it's Princeton's William Lott finding Ryan Jagers, and he will wind his way through the defense and get in the end zone for the touchdown. Princeton with an early 7-0 lead. Let's stay in the first. Actually, we'll go to the second quarter. It is Lott again, finding Jagers one more time as he rolls out and nicely caught right there for another 15 yards. And they get it down to the 3, and then it's Etheridge going into the end zone for the touchdown. That made it 13-7. This one all Princeton. They put up 60 and cruise to an easy victory. Also, we'll head to Monmouth Roseville as the Titans took on Kewanee in a good football game. First drive of the game, it's Peyton Thompson getting the handoff and refuses to go down, making a nice move and finding it into the end zone. Nice run right here as he continues to follow some blockers and then outraces everyone to Pater. That made it 7-0. Titans in front. Still in the first quarter, it is Andy Myers handing it off to Andrew Way. He goes in for the 1-yard touchdown. Monmouth Roseville in front 14-0. Second play after that, though, after giving up a score, it's Kewanee answering back. Alejandro Duarte takes it all the way to the house. That made it 14-7. This one would go down to the wire down in Monmouth, and it is the Titans winning this one. Remember the Titans, 24-21, your final score.
A big showdown in the Three Rivers. Newman on the road at undefeated Erie Prophetstown. It's 14-7 at the break. Comets race out to a fast start. So fast, Greg Armstrong couldn't catch up and get his camera rolling when Daniel Kelly broke down the sideline for a touchdown, 22-7. Later in the third, Matthew Blackard getting into the sidelines and racing to the end zone. That'll make it 34-7. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Newman in the red zone again. Briar Ivy follows his blockers, punches it in. Let's check a final score. Newman with a nice roadie here, 41-13.
We will head to Rock Ridge as it is the Rockets taking on Riverdale. Open and driving this one, Colin Schweigen scrambling, then connecting with Landon Wheatley, who does the rest of the work. 7-0 Rockets with the quick lead, but the Rams answer. First play from scrimmage, it's Colton Cruz. Up top to Jackson Tegler for the 64-yard touchdown. It's 6-6 in the first quarter, and Greg Armstrong's thinking, I love all this offense. Rockets come right back at you. Colin Schweigen once again to Owen Steele. He keeps his foot in bounds for the 14-yard touchdown pass. Next drive, Rockets back in the red zone. It's Jacob Freiermuth punching in the 9-yard touchdown run. Rock Ridge gets back on track after a loss last week to Princeton. They win this one 48-27, your final score. But Guy Derrick's and company playing some good football up in Riverdale.
Old friends Mercer County and Orion both looking for their second win of the season. Third quarter, John Baldwin hands the ball off to Mason Gray. He finds a hole and he is gone. Gray breaks a school record with 366 yards, and he has 5 touchdowns on the night, including this 69-yard touchdown to the house. Gives the Golden Eagles the 36-14 lead. Mercer County on the move again. 4th and 12. Peyton Seedham with the catch in the end zone. And with the 2-point conversion, Merco leads 44-14. Mercer County kicks off. Owen Voorhees with the return. We're seeing lots of runs in this one. He returns at 82 yards for the Chargers touchdown. Cale Filler breaks a record for the most passing yards in school history for Orion. So a big congrats to Cale. Mercer County wins this one 56-41, the final.
And we are going to be joined on Zoom by
Oh, look at that.
Perfect.
Jenna, the man of the hour,
Yes.
Mr. Mason Gray. Mason, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yes, hi Mason. So I covered the game tonight, and as I was showing up, you scored a touchdown. I was there covering the game, you scored a touchdown. As I was leaving, you scored a touchdown. You're probably exhausted right now, but really excited.
Yeah, it was a really good play call. I mean, the whole line, I barely got touched the whole way.
So
It was a great team win tonight.
I know it is a record. I think you know that by now. 366 yards. I don't remember having too many performances. Even TC himself
bad night, right?
gives a woe.
That's in one game? Or
You gave your offensive line credit. You break Matt Dawson's record. He's an assistant. Have you mentioned it to him? Have you reminded Coach that you just stole his record? How did that go over?
Yeah, I had no idea at the time that it was him that held it. He came over to me after the game. He let me know. And he congratulated me, and I said sorry, but I mean, not really. But
No, nothing to be sorry about at all. You mentioned those offensive linemen, but you got a victory. That's the second straight win for Mercer County. How important is that? I know that the 366 and the records and the individual stuff is good, but I'm sure you're a team guy as well. To get another victory has to feel really good tonight.
oh yeah, it felt great. This is a really big win. It was our first conference matchup, and that week 1 versus Monmouth United, Monmouth Roseville, that was really a surprise, and we came back and responded really well.
Did you think this morning that you would be talking on live TV on a phone in a bus? Be honest.
No, I did not see this happen at all.
Have you ever
way.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
I've done a couple things with 4-H and other community stuff like that, but nothing like this.
What's your previous best game before this one? Anything close?
Probably last week versus to be honest.
Hey, well, keep things rolling. Thank you Hey, you did fantastic. Thanks so much for joining us. Keep things rolling for yourself and also for the Golden Eagles. Congrats on the victory.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, great job. Well, that's well done. You know, I couldn't do that when I was 16, 17 years old. So great job. Hey, let's get back. TC, take us away.
All right, we've got the 75th homecoming celebration in beautiful downtown Anawan. Anawan Weathersfield welcomes the Rushville Rockets. Titans on the move in the opening quarter. Devon Horry bounces outside, rips off a 28-yard gainer past midfield. A few plays later, the Titans punch it in. Maddox Heitzler calls his own number on a 6-yard scoring run. 7-0 Anawan Wethersfield. But Rushville's name is true to form. They take the lead on some crossbuck action. That's Jordan McGinnis rushing in from 15 yards out. And it's the Rockets winning a roadie over A&W 13-6.
26-13.
26-13.
Monmouth United is on the road at 2-0 Rovo Williams Field. First quarter, the Cougars driving right down the field. Jack Cordell moving the chains and a lot more. He takes the ball down to the 20-yard line, and the fans are very excited after that one. And the momentum continues for Rovo Williams Field. Drake DeJanes with the pass to Talon Hull in the back of the end zone, and Hull stretches out for the grab. What a catch. Cougars lead 7-0. United making moves now. Nolan Jenks with the pass right into your living room to Chance Stewart, putting the Red Storm in a great field position. But 2 plays later, the ball is fumbled in the cluster of players and recovered by the Cougars. But this one goes into overtime, and Rovo Williams Field takes it 42-36, the final in overtime.
All right, let's check in on Bureau Valley and Lewiston. They're both looking for their first conference wins. And we'll start with Bureau Valley's Dane Stewart picking up a quick 15 yards as he gets a first down. At that point, it's 19-8 Bureau Valley. How about Brady Martz? He'll carry the rock for 24 yards and tack on some more after the horse collar penalty right there. We're going to put 15 more on for the Storm. How about Stewart getting the call, and he'll pound it in for 10 yards and running people over down to the 10-yard line. And then it'll be Hartz. A touchdown on the opposite side as we get to the second quarter. 28-6 at that point. Bureau Valley gets that first win, 46-16.
They got gross stuff all over my hands. Sorry about that. We're cooking. We're doing some high school football. Doing the highlights and stuff. You didn't miss a beat.
I tell you what, this brings back good memories.
Well, good. Then we'll have you back every week.
Back when there was film, not videotape.
I'm going to take off the next couple weeks. You're here every night, 10:15.
Well, I'll have to work it into my TPC at Deer Run schedule. We'll see if I can do that.
He actually works there, not just golf, but you do a little golf as well, I'm sure.
Not much this year. We've been very busy.
I've heard that,
How did you hit it this year when you did get out there?
Well,
You can lie. It's TV. You can lie.
If I can find the fairway, I'm all right.
You and me both. Hey, we got a lot more to get to. We'll go back to the Iowa side. Check in on Wilton and a few other schools coming up right after this.
My name is Matthew Bailey, and every time I come back to the Quad Cities, I watch my favorite sports team on The Score.
Is sponsored by Millwright's Local 2158.
It's time for our fan of the night. We have not one, but two fans from Rova Williams Field, Jessica Price and her son, Liam Price. Liam rooting on his big brother, Talon, who plays trumpet in the marching band. Jessica and Liam go to all the football games and love cheering on the Cougars. They love the Friday Night Lights.
And the earrings are fantastic.
I know, right? I love them.
See? And who says I don't pay attention to jewelry and stuff like that? My wife would be so
To the
proud.
little things, right?
Absolutely. Welcome back to The Score. We tried to talk to him a little bit earlier. Big game of the Western Big Six. It was Moline going to Geneseo and knocking off the Leafs, but it was not easy, and it never is, as we're joined by the head coach of the Maroons, Mike Morrissey. Now you're back at home or back in the gym or
That's
wherever.
how long it took us to get him on Zoom. He's
You
back
get
home.
back. I actually, Coach, I liked it because I could talk at you, but you couldn't respond. So I kind of liked it earlier. I like it that way. But hey, you knew it was going to be a battle. Anytime you go to Geneseo, you had to be impressed first off with Geneseo and a good friend of yours, Matt Furlong, and what he's done so far.
Yeah, it was an incredible football game, honestly, and that's exactly what you'd expect from that type of Geneseo team. I mean, Matt's got them definitely trending the right direction, and they did a lot of good things that caused us a lot of problems on both sides of the ball tonight. And we were just really happy that our kids were able to respond. We made a lot of adjustments in the second half, defensively especially, and then we capitalized on some opportunities in the special teams. So that was exciting.
So what was the difference in this end? Because it was close at one point. You guys kind of really opened it up in the second half. What was the difference for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it was very close. The first half was back and forth, literally the whole half. And then they actually we only ran like 5 plays offensively in the third quarter as well. So they did a nice job of sustaining a drive at that point. But, obviously special teams came up big. It's a third of the game. And, our kids, our coaches definitely put a big emphasis on it, and our kids buy into it. And it was pretty much the difference maker with swinging momentum, even at the end of the half, getting a field goal. And then obviously in the third quarter, we were able to get some scores off some big special teams plays.
Mike, I talked to you earlier in the week, and you figured that Coach Furlong would throw something at you hadn't seen before. 1, did he do that? And 2, did you trash talk a little bit to your good friend afterwards?
No trash talk at the end. I got to be careful what I say because that team's going to be really good next year as well. So, he did. He makes it difficult for you offensively. I mean, he's going to give you different looks. He coaches these kids up, fundamentally as good as anybody. And then they're gonna cause problems. I mean, they did some things that we didn't see on film, and that early on, especially in the first half, that caused some problems. And we made some adjustments. Like I said, our offensive line coaches, and we were able to kind of move the ball a little bit better in the second half for sure. But they didn't make it easy. That's a good football team and a well-coached team, and they're just gonna keep getting better this year.
The young Maroons are getting older and getting better. Well done, Coach. Are you in the weight room?
It's the weight room.
Of course you're in the weight room. You gotta be cool. You gotta impress and all that. That's impressive.
I mean, come on.
Nice.
Hey,
come on. Everybody looks good in maroon. Why would you not come here?
That's well done. That's very well done. So, Coach, we appreciate you as always. Get some rest and get back at it next week.
Thank you, guys. You're the best.
All right, we're gonna head to a little mic'd up with Wilton and head coach Ryan Hetzler.
Practice was tough from the get-go, right? Practice is tough for a reason. Okay, we talked about that full benefit piece. Get after tonight. Sacrifice on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Have fun on Friday. Okay? Go around, have some fun, fly around, start hitting people. Let's have some fun. Let's go. Bring it up. Let's go!
Play at our level tonight, boys. Don't stoop down to theirs.
There we go. Beavers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Beavers.
Thanks to Coach Hetzler for going mic'd up. Undefeated Wilton looking to stay that way. Comanche still looking for that first win. Charlie Sager to Gavin Baker. That'll pick up a first down for Comanche. That same combination going to hook up again. Sager to Baker. He's going to get into the end zone. That's a touchdown, and Comanche would grab the early 7-0 lead. Wilton will respond. Drew Keith dropping back. Nice little slant over the middle to Cade Serrata. Fighting for yards. Drops the ball. He gets it back. It's a first down, and then it's Owen Hassel. He'll finish off the drive. Nice little vision there as he cuts back, gets into the end zone. 7-6 at that point as the PAT was blocked, but Wilton does stay undefeated. 38-10, the final score.
And of course, TC, we do a little live talk back with Coach Morrissey. You didn't do a lot of those back. Like, technology's been okay to us.
Tell you what, I think the first live shot we ever did was out at the John Deere Classic, but back when it was Ed McMahon, Quad City.
Back at Oakwood.
Yeah, that was not pretty either.
I'm sure it wasn't.
How's the food looking?
Oh, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Do you do grilling? Are you a griller at the house?
I am.
Look at that. Hey, look at that shot, TC. right? Like, yeah.
Ooh.
That's fancy. That's the old grill cam.
We got some big pork chops.
I know it. I don't know if they're going to get done or not in time. So, hey, we also have some pork chops. We also have a lot more to get to. We got some more on the Illinois side. How about a matchup between Morrison and Galesburg? Yeah, I haven't heard of that very often, TC.
No.
Morrison and Galesburg, and a lot more to get to. And some guy by the name of Brian Stocking, we let him hang out here still as well.
Is he still here?
Yeah, he's still here. So we got a lot more to get to. Keep it locked right here on The Score.
Play of the night is sponsored by Midwest Bank.
And it comes from the North Scott Assumption game. And when you're on new turf, you got to make a statement, and Evan Cruzy does that. Spin move, making people miss, stiff arm. I think he looks faster on that new turf, too. It's a 55-yard touchdown. Evan Cruzy, congratulations. You are our play of the night.
And I think that makes – we were out there earlier, Cuff. We were sprinting,
beautiful.
and I mean, I think I was just as fast as ever.
I'm sure.
No.
I wasn't.
No.
That's not saying much.
No, it's not. No, it's not at all, unfortunately.
He's got deceiving speed. He's slower than he looks.
Which is really, really slow. So I set a low bar, TC. That's what I've done here in the Quad Cities for too long. So we got more highlights, and before we get to them, Morrison and Galesburg. So Galesburg stepping out of Western Big Six play. They replace Alleman with Morrison. Morrison's a very good football team, so it's that kind of that awesome matchup. Last year when we had Newman going to Rock Island, and it was Newman knocking off Rock Island. We're going to let TC make the call. We gave him some scratch paper and some scratches, so we'll see how he does.
Just like my old scripts.
Exactly.
Except they were written in Crayola then. Anyway, it's homecoming on Galesburg. Silver Streaks taking on those Morrison Mustangs. Now, it's the Streaks' first drive of the second half. They go for the field goal, but it's blocked by the Mustangs. But no Mustang recovers it, so look at here. A little Silver Streak picks it up. That's Aiden Clark.
But wait.
And takes it to the house, but not so fast, my friends. The referees say that cannot be advanced. They call it back, and the Mustangs are back in business. Big turnaround there.
You can't fool TC.
Mustangs start to drive. Player down. But watch this big hit by Jamar Range.
Wow.
Boy, there's a range in Galesburg. I remember that. And that starts the fourth quarter. Colton Bielema hands it off to Reynolds Reevy. Morrison with the lead early in that ball game, and the Mustangs come to Silver Streak Town and take away a nice victory, 31-14.
Congratulations to Morrison. Hey, a friendly rivalry, a much more common rivalry as Dixon and Rock Falls go head-to-head. And this one was Dixon up 42-7 at the half. Dixon's first Drive of the second half, it's Cullen Shaner throwing it to James Simpson, who goes 74 all the way yards to the house. Bobby Metcalf doing a good job shooting these days. Looking good. Dixon looking good. Up plenty. Rock Falls driving now. It's Mason Lands finding Easton Canales with a nice pickup and a first down for the home team. Rockets continuing to battle. They're forced to go for it on fourth down. The pass is just off the fingertips, turned over on downs. This night belonged to Dixon. They cruise 63-7, your final score. So he goes from doing highlights to flipping pork chops. I think the butterfly pork chops are almost done.
They are.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some bunned up. That's not how you say it. Sandwiched
put
up.
some on a bun.
Put some on a bun. Bunned up is not. Bunned up is not a term.
Nope.
Thank you for laughing at me, TC. So we got a lot more to get to, and I'm gonna figure out my verbiage right after this. Bunned up. Brian Stocking is back wearing his Cyclone coat.
State champs.
Very happy about that, and he's got all the scores you need while I eat my pork chop. TC, these are delicious.
Let's get to the late game. Final score, Northeast beats Maquoketa to 39-33. Big thank you to Northeast Activities Director Troy Hance, who was giving me the scores of the game. Northeast is 3-0 for the first time since 2004. To Illinois we go. Eastland Pearl City beats Fulton 46-22. Hall is 12-4 in their last 16 against Mendota. They beat them by 35. Stark County has won 13 in a row. They beat A-Town 40-26. Princeville beats Knoxville 48-19. Amboy lays 60 on Galva, beats them 60-0. Ridgewood defeats Flanagan Cornell Woodland 30-7. That guy didn't have to say that 10 times fast. West Carroll is unbeaten. They beat AFC 57-8. And West Central has scored 50 in 2 or more games this season. They beat Peoria Heights 62-38. To Iowa, Waterloo West beats Central 28-7. Wahlert beats Clinton 50-0. Keokuk beats Burlington 45-7. Burlington Notre Dame is 3-0 for the first time since 2016. Regina defeats Mediapolis 31-21. Coweta is unbeaten. They beat HLV. Wapello has won 11 in a row against Louisa Muscatine. And Lisbon beats Columbus 49-6.
He's the best in the business. We got one more break. We'll be right back.
Hot dogs.
We are back here on The Score, and we got to thank TC for not only doing the highlights, but you're feeding like a family here, like an army. You can tell when the show's getting done because, like, everybody starts kind of gathering
They
towards
start
the
hovering,
grill.
don't they?
They do. It's like my kids at the house. So, how was it? We want to thank you for coming, but
Thanks for having me back. It's good to see another grizzled veteran.
I know
We are both grizzled.
it's weird because I feel like, except for Jenna, we're all getting. And I feel bad being up here.
Yeah, I'm even
already
shorter
tall enough.
than I am,
We're
yeah.
all feeling old these days, but it was fun. It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me. That's great.
Yeah, this is where it all started for Tom Cornelis.
Food is excellent too.
And the food. Take everybody get a bite.
All right.
I've already had like
Bite.
an entire sandwich. We want to thank you guys for watching. Back next week for The Score. Have a great weekend, Quad Cities.
Those are
Very
great.
good.